folks, I've got this thing measured out corner to corner. I haven't welded anything in yet to hold it, but as long as I know where it's at and it hasn't moved, it's not a big issue. It becomes a big issue when you start moving stuff around. But anyway, I need a rear panel, and what our goal is today, I hope to have a rear panel in. I hope to have something around the top of this to make it look like it's together, and I hope to bend up 2 pieces for the subframe to come back, one on each side, and hopefully get them welded in. This one's going to have some work done, but hopefully get them in and then get them all the way back to here to start tying it together. But for strength, but as of where the width is and everything, we've got it exactly where we want it right now. So I've just got to come up with a piece for the back panel, and I'm debating on what I'm going to do. I'll probably run some bead roll across it. I don't know. The problem with a 29 that I don't like, 2829, is the back of the cabs just look like it was just an afterthought. Let's cut off a sedan and just stick a flat plate back there. And that's what I'm trying to get away from. That's why I'm trying to do some, just some body lines and do a little bit of a curve around it, and maybe do something in the back panel to make it look like it was a truck to be, built, and not just an afterthought of, hey, let's cut this off and stick it on. In a situation like this, I want to make it look like it's supposed to be, built as a truck originally. So, all right, let me get at it. Okay, so what we need on our Roadster project is something to make it go fast. And I figure if we use something off of a race car, it'll have to go fast. So what we've got is a trunk lid that has already been lightened and stripped, but has enough good sheet metal that we can make the back of a cab. So now we'll have something to make it go fast. There we go. Just weld on there like that. That'll give us a good spoiler look there at the back, and we can put a high back bench seat in it. And we'll just have to use a backup camera because we won't be able to see behind us. Alright, we got Ninja Cat doing a CAT scan here. Well, she was. She's being lazy now. Okay, folks, I'm out of the 4-inch cutoff wheels, and since we're sort of on lockdown, not really going anywhere, I'm having to use the air instead of electric. And it just takes a lot longer to cut something out. So we're going to get this cut out, and where you see the tape at, it's going to get bent. And then we're going to, well, before we bend it, we're going to roll some beads in it and try to sort of make it look like the panels that are on there. I know most of them are just flat 29s across the back, but I'm going to try to make it look sort of like it, well, I'm going to roll at least this bead into it. And it's not going to be exactly like this. We're just going to raise this section up and see how it looks. I think I can make it look decent in this. And then we'll bend the top and bottom, and then we may roll some pieces, or something up and down it to strengthen it up that way. And because it'll be lower, so it probably won't be seen anyway. And let me see, the way I'm doing it, I'm having to cut it out, and I can't cut this side because it's got a radius to it, and I would rather hold this up to it and draw my radius out, and then do it exact on both sides. So that's what I'm waiting on now. Well, I'm waiting to get this one cut, and then I can go from there. Maybe, the inside is where I need it, so I figure we'll cut it on the outside of the tape, and that'll give me enough extra, for my rounded radius to make sure that it we don't cut it too short. Okay, folks, it's going to be kind of hard to see, but we've got our bead rolls in. We've got our trim piece across. Probably just going to overlap it like that, weld it in. But it's going to work out just fine. Starting to look like something other than what it was. Is that possible? We're going to go ahead and start on bending up pieces for the subframe to tie the front and back together, since we've got the back clamped in where we want it. And then we can start actually tacking some stuff together and putting some stuff together that will be a little bit more permanent instead of a bunch of clamps. And then we can start doing some of the final stuff on it. But anyway, we've got the cab size and everything figured out, what we want, and everything good and straight and the way we want it. So we can get at it and get some steel cut and get some bending done. Okay, so I cut me out 2 pieces, 6 inches wide, and then I bent them sort of like the originals was made. A little more heavy duty and a little bit more wider than what the originals were. But we're going to trim it and tie it in. We're going to run them straight down. That way when I get ready to do my door jambs and everything, it'll be easy to do. And I guess I'll probably, I don't know, they may sit underneath of this lip on the bottom. I don't know yet. Depends on how far they go down up here. So while we got everything level and square and all that, we're going to try to get these in and then maybe tie them into the sides of the body and do some tack welding and a little bit here and there, and try to start getting something supported here. And so far we can get this welded in, get a couple supports in, and then tacked. And I don't know if I'm going to do anything on top of here yet or not, because I got to do the door seals or the door jambs for the latch and everything. So you know, that's going to have to be done, and this is going to have to cover over top of it. So I may wait on that. We're going to try to get it tied together though, to where, you know, it's at least movable and it's not going to go anywhere. I can't guarantee anybody's safety in this thing, because now that we've got them racing parts on it, you know, it's going to go a lot faster. Okay, so we've got some stuff tacked together here. Nothing, you know, real good and structural yet. Well, we're still working on it. We'll try to connect them A-pillars into the subframe. We've started to connect that in. Just a lot to do to get this thing strengthened up good. And I don't know why. For some reason, this panel looked so much shorter than that other panel on camera, the last video. And it's so much so that after I got through editing, I come out with a tape measure and measured it, and it was right. So I don't know why the camera made it look like that. But anyway, so we're going to keep welding some supports in and trying to get everything strengthened up. So maybe sometime we'll be able to take this stuff off and open and close the doors. Don't know how long that'll be, but it's going to take a little bit to get it all good. All right, okay. So get some more supporting done and welding, and got a lot to do yet, but I'm not comfortable enough to even attempt to open the doors yet, but we're going to keep at it and we'll eventually get it. Okay, so I think what the plans are is to add the small body line down and stop it here and just leave this just like it is with the single body line running across. I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but anyway, that'll work out just fine. And then we're going to cap the tops. The doors they didn't cut off even. This one's cut off a lot higher than they cut the other one. They cut it down at an angle, so figure that out. These have got to be cut off, and then we're going to cap the top of the door. Probably pull this out some, get it straightened out, and then just weld a piece in. And that's about what they've done on the Roadster body I got. And everything else is coming out really good. I mean, it's surprising, but working really well. I think start adding some more supports in here. I just don't know about transmission tunnel. If I need to leave it open or what. That's what, you know, worries me here about what to do, but I think I'll just do some reinforcing and maybe leave it for now, or maybe come up part of the way, come back and just leave a center section for drive shaft in case we got to build a tunnel for it. Do you know? I think I'm going to add some 1-inch square tubing in right there on each side, and that'll strengthen up things a lot. Alright folks, we're going to call it quits for tonight. I did get some 1-inch square tubing in. just for some support, and it's looking good. I mean, it's holding together really well. You know, you pick it up all in one piece now. Still got a lot of supporting to do inside on the floor and stuff. And like I said, I'm more worried about the tunnel. Not sure where it's going to go, but we'll go ahead and get these capped and get the door jambs built. Get these capped. Just cut off. Get some windshield posts made. Probably do it just like I done the other windshield. And then let me see. Once we get all this stuff done, all that top stuff done, I need to go ahead and get started on a frame, I guess. And we got some bed work to do. Just a little bit. But anyway, we'll go faster now. We got race car parts on it. So, alright, appreciate everybody watching. And until next time, bye.